Hello there. This is an on-page SEO audit of this website, News NYC, that I found while looking at different sites in the region. The very first thing I see when I load this site is the user interface is lacking. It could be a lot better. And let me tell you why. In terms of this, it's not very clear. The website doesn't have a genuine and clear flow of what you want the user to do when he lands on it. You have a big bold text here that says follow us on Instagram, but yet at the bottom here it says follow us on Instagram, News NYC. Okay, but then at the bottom here, the Instagram, if you look at the bottom left, the Instagram you put is actually doesn't exist. It redirects to the wrong address. So it's like, do you want the person to land on the website and immediately go follow you on Instagram, or you want them to book a session? So this is what you need to change. The colors, the fonts, the background, the spacing, everything is just it's lacking. Here's how we can improve it to begin with before we even get to the SEO bit. I want you to take a look at some of these templates. Compare them to what we have here, and take a look at this, for example. It's very clear. They have a clear menu here with the services and social media, and a side menu if you want that. The title, you can book, you can learn more about services, a little bit about the salon, the services they offer, the prices, testimonials here, the blog, and then at the bottom you have a link to their Instagram. I think you can see an Instagram section that has been embedded very well, that still fits within the general flow of the website. You can take a look at this other one as well. I think you can see how nice these websites look. You're in the business of beauty, you're in the business of looking good. This just isn't giving. And then the pictures themselves, they are black and white for some reason, and yet this is a business of color, literally, of painting nails and making women look lovely and stuff. But then you're growing out the colors here, so they don't stand out that way. They all look the same. Yet if I come right here to your GMB page, look how beautiful these ones look. They're nice and colorful and well lit, and yet here you decided to gray everything out, so it all looks the same. So we need to change that. I'll reorganize this menu here. The other thing I see is that it's very, very important for a local service business to have 3 or 4 things above the fold here. When someone comes to the website, the very first thing they need to know is what you do. It's not clear here. It just says book salon services. And but what kind of salon services do you do? Put yourself in the shoes of someone that's landing on your website for the very first time, that has no idea what you do. What would they make of this? They wouldn't know what to do, where to go, where in New York do you work. So we need to have a big bold text here that tells them we are. Where is this? Yeah, we are. We are like the #1 nail spa in Jackson Heights, the Queens, or Manhattan, or in Brooklyn, or whatever it is you're located. The area that you serve, that has to be very clear. And then there is no phone number here. There is no email. There is no location. And by location I mean this right here. This should be clear to someone that lands that you're located here. This is the phone number that they can call. This is your email address. This is what you do, and this is the area you serve. Those should be the most important things. Immediately the website loads here. But in this case, I have to scroll all the way down to find them, and in most cases, people just bounce from the website. So I'll put those here above this top menu, and you have to remember that most traffic these days, is coming from mobile, and that increases every day. Less and less people use desktops to find things like this. So we need to have a clickable phone number. such that when the page loads on mobile, they can immediately call, book a session, find out. The other thing that maybe is important is the days you work, the times you're available, something like that. But yeah, I would also change this menu. I'd have, as I said, location, phone number, email address above them, above this menu, and then here I'd have, home. I would change the flow of this, the menu and the buttons here. They're kind of all over the place. They're not very clear because here you have book online, book home indulges, you have book rental here, and for some reason you have policies and you have plans and pricing. And then here you have book salon services, and then book home, like someone can book and you go to their place. So it's not very clear what the priority is here, and I think it would be for people to book services. This is what the focus should be on. And then in other places you're like, oh, by the way, we also do mobile services, stuff like that. So this would be the logo, home, about us, the services themselves, a link to the services page, mobile services also there, policies, brand and pricing. Maybe you can collapse this under a certain menu item like resources, where all these other things are covered. But then I saw you also sell a course on I think how to do nails or how to do lashes or something like that. That can also be mentioned here under resources. That we also teach these skills as well. Yeah, so better pictures, a more consistent font, because this is like this, and then this one is in italics and it's bold, and then these are serifs in caps, and then this is also italics, but then it's not the same as this one. So the fonts are kind of all over the place. They are mixed up. So there's that. So I'd have here, a better picture, what you do, where you are, people can book services, a brief description of the different services you have. So manicure, pedicure, blah blah blah, weddings, lashes, each with its own individual picture and a brief description under it, talking about just like I did it on this page. This is one of my clients. Let me show you. If it doesn't take 100 years to load, there you go. You can see here, you have a link to its service page, but then brief description under it such that people know what that service is about. I mean, if they want to learn more, they can go to that page. And then under it, you can have testimonials. You have very many reviews on the site. Rather, on your GMV page, you have over 300 reviews. You can add this here. You can embed them here, such that for social proof, people can know that the shit you do is legit. And then yes, you can embed the booking section here, so that people don't have to go off the website to book. They can do everything within here in-house. You can have an FAQ section. I can see here you have policies, but then they just link to the top of the page for some reason. They don't redirect anywhere. But in here, when I click on policies, there seems to be a separate policies page. COVID-19 client protocol. Thank you for understanding. Okay, we can rename this, policies, or it can stay policies, or what color name can we give? Terms and conditions or something like that. But yes, I don't think they should be grouped the same as FAQs. I think FAQs are different. FAQs are more about the business, and I think policies are about the conduct. But that can be up to you. And then down here, this is not clickable. You should be able to click on this, just like this one, such that it takes me directly to the call app, and I can make a phone call immediately. In terms of this, so this is a mistake that a lot of businesses make that I see. The title is in fact, I included United States. When you look up your business name, for example, DJ Nails NYC, Google always mentions the business name here, the name of the page. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. So you don't necessarily need to include it within the title that is going to show up here. This space should be reserved for you to put, what you do, where you are, and any unique selling propositions you may have. So we are the #1 nail spa or nail salon in New York City. 50% off for first-time customers, something like that. You can find a way to abbreviate that fit within this space. But as you can see, you don't need to mention the US. Someone is not going to book a session while they're in Nigeria, so that's completely irrelevant. And then the business name can be mentioned, but it's not important. It takes up important space that can be used to, mention something unique about us. And then here you can mention it because the description is longer. But as you can see, in New York City, work hard to ensure that every nail technician skills are up to date to the latest nail. This seems like you teach, like the business is there to teach skills to nail technicians. Is that what you do? That's why you see it's not very clear. That's why you need to mention it. Like, is the business teaching, or it's there to do nail salon services, and then also happens to have a teaching section as well. So that's why it's very important to to be very, very clear about what you do and what you don't do. The other thing I mentioned before we go to that is services. You have services here. Each of these services needs its own individual page. So manicure in Brooklyn. Why do I keep saying Brooklyn? Are you in Queens? Let's just say you're in Queens. So manicure in Queens, let's create a different page for that. Let's optimize that page, to rank for this particular keyword, manicure in Brooklyn. Let's talk about manicure and details. What goes on in a session? How does it start? How does it go? How does it end? Who is it for? What are the side effects? How to take care of your nails after a manicure? How to make sure the nail polish lasts? How to take care of your hands, and FAQs about manicure. And you can see all those. Let's not just try to rank for the home page as well and leave this one all in the background. Separate page for this, separate page for pedicure, separate page for nail enhancement. All those ones should be separate pages created individually. Then the other thing I saw, these are not buttons, they're blank, so I don't even know why they exist here. This could have been just another bullet here that these are only walk-ins. So you can find a way to separate those among our services here. Like we have the services drop down here. Some are walk-ins and some are not. The other thing I saw is this book in-home services, which is like people I guess can book and you can come to their places and do the nails from there, which is good. But then I'll give you an example here. But then it also needs to be a standalone page, okay? Like mobile nail services in the Queens or something like that. I can give you an example of this page we created here for one of my clients. Mobile capping in New York City. Instead of just having a button that says this is where you go to book a session, let's create a page that ranks for this keyword. If someone came to search for mobile capping in New York, we absolutely show up #1. These are all ads, but in no, that's not you. Yeah. These are all ads, but I think you can see we rank #1 after all the ads. And this guy used to outrank us, but we've beaten them. So you can see you have a separate page for mobile nail salon services or something like that. It talks about the service, what goes on in the session. We arrive and then we do this and then we do that and then we wash your hands and then we clean. The benefits of doing the service, why people should opt for it, what sets you different, what sets your mobile service different from all the other people that offer it, who is it for, who should avoid it, reviews, an FAQ section, and a way for people to check out that is embedded within this page itself, such that people don't have to click off the page to check out. They may get distracted. So yes, this page also needs individual pages, and then you don't have a blog, from what I can tell. Excuse me. To further cement yourself as as an authority in this space, and gain domain authority in the eyes of Google, it would be important to create a blog that answers commonly answered questions about all your services. Okay, maybe this versus this, what's the difference, what's the similarity, which one is better, or this versus this, or common questions about this or this or this. You get? So if I came here and search for this gel manicure, these are some questions people Google every day. What is it? What are the cons? Is it better than this? Is it good for my nails? What chemicals do you use? How long does it last? Does it look natural? All those are potential blog posts that you can write, and you can write like 3 a week. You can go and Google these very questions here and find the top ranking websites, and try to emulate what they do. How do they write their blogs? What makes them stand out? And you can set up your own blog campaign. This takes time. It takes time because you're targeting long tail keywords that are closer to the bottom of the funnel, because someone who is searching for manicure in the manicure in New York, that person will just be Googling whatever. But someone who is searching for something like what are the cons, or does it look natural, these people are closer to making booking a session, because they're in their final stages of is it good, is it bad, should I do it, how much does it cost, where can I get it, than someone who's searching for just this service page. Yeah, so that way you can yes, these are going to have less traffic, but they're going to be people that are closer to buying, as I said. So if you have hundreds of these pages talking about these things, and they're very well optimized with H1 tags, and the headings and the descriptions and the titles, they're very well optimized, they do start to bring in traffic, and in the eyes of Google you gain authority. And over time, actually, people can start linking to your website, and you get what we call backlinks from people with higher domain authority, and that's good for ranking. That boosts your position in the search results, because you're now a trusted domain that brings value. Yes. The other thing that I need to touch on is this bad boy right here. You're using SquareUp, and while it's fine, I prefer another SquareUp. Platform, and it's called Acuity. And the very first thing I see is that when this loads, it lists out everything down here. So if you have 100 different services you offer, someone has to scroll through, and it's not grouped. You get, I want to come here and I want to see a section on lashes, and a section on makeup, and a section on nails. Let me give you an example of what I mean here. Like when I come here, for example, one of my clients, you can see everything is grouped out. You get, so if I want something to do with microneedling, for example, I'm going to come and click on this, and then the services within microneedling are going to be laid out. And the second advantage this has is that I can actually add on. You get, once I select this, I can say I like this, and I also want this all included in one checkout, which I don't know if that's possible here. If I can add other services on top of others. So I'll switch to this. To me, this just looks way more organized, and then I embed it on the website as well. It fits within the user interface itself. It still looks nice. But yeah, you can see the inspiration here. That, and then you have the reviews, the FAQs. But I think you can see my, booking platform here. People can book within the page itself. They don't have to click off and go elsewhere. So yeah, you should look into having a blog, covering those services, improving the user experience and the user interface here. You can group these things here. I don't see a sitemap as well. I don't know if you guys already registered one. Let me see. So there's a sitemap here. Schemas. Okay, this looks different, but it's there. What a sitemap is, it's a summary of every single page and post on your entire website. It lists them out, and what you do is you then get the URL of this sitemap here, sitemap index, whatever it's called on your website, and then you paste it into what you call Google Search Console. That way Google can index every single page and post on your website as you create it very quickly, such that it can it can rank faster, show up in the search engine results much quicker. So the moment I create this, these are all the pages, and every single website should have this. These are all the posts that I have. The moment I finish this, I can just get this, go to my Google Search Console, paste it there, refresh, and those pages will start being indexed and they start showing up in the search engine results. So yeah, you don't need to hide the lash. School people can learn how to do lashes or nails, so I don't clearly remember what that was, but it needs to be featured here as well. It needs to have its own separate individual page that talks about teaching people how to do lashes. As you can see, lash course in New York City. There's this person here. This is the person. This is the page that is ranking #1 when you search lash course New York City or lash extension training or something like that. And this is not very hard to beat, by the way, because they barely have any content on the website. They have only 83 words on it. I don't think their linking profile is very good within the rest of their website. So this is very easy to rank #1 for a keyword like this, but you need to have a separate dedicated page for it. Don't hide it, under checkout and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a brief description of how I'll go about fixing this website. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.